Hi, everybody. We're here with another episode at Home with Vanessa, and I'm super, super excited to be here with Michelle Brown. She's the director of our library, which is the Brockway Library
Yep.
in Miami Shores,
Mhm.
and she's been doing this for over 28 years.
28 years, yes.
Thank you. Well, I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me here.
Yeah, and I want to. We're talking a little bit about off camera, and she was telling me how she stumbled upon this job,
Yes.
which I want you guys to hear.
Yes, so I grew up in the area. I went to St. Rose of Lima, I went to Archbishop Curley, and then Barry University. And while I was at Barry studying to be a teacher, I was working part-time at the library, and I just fell in love with Brockway. I fell in love with the community, and when I graduated, I just was not ready to move on. So I ended up staying on and getting my degree in library science, and I've been there ever since.
I'm sure you've seen it grow.
Yes, it's incredible how much we've grown. Opened in 1949. We just celebrated our 75th anniversary at the library last year, and every decade brings new people, new community interests, and we just keep changing with the times and trying to meet the needs of our patrons that come to us. But yeah, what hasn't changed is how beautiful the community is.
Yes.
The people, the hometown vibe. It's just such a wonderful, warm place to be. And so that's staying strong, yeah.
That's amazing. And I remember taking my kids. I mean, I've been here for over 20 years as well. My kids are in their 20s, but I remember taking them to a library, and that was amazing.
Yes.
You know, the kids section that you guys have there,
Yeah.
it was great. It was great for the community and keeps on growing. And you guys keep on doing a lot of different programming as well.
Last year, we presented almost 200 programs. Wow. Between our adult department, which is spearheaded by Frances Walsh,
Yes.
and our youth services department, led by Brenda Holsing. And what's been so incredible are the community partnerships. So many times the ideas for these programs come from the community. Somebody will come to us and just say, I do this, or I can offer this. Like right now, we're partnering with Michelle Stone, who is a local instructor and educator, and she's doing these fabulous workshops for our parents.
I've taken her classes. She's amazing.
Oh, love her.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yes.
She's just really a special person. We've had so many partnerships with FIU to have like our history programming digitized, Barry University, St. Rose, even the clubs like the Women's Club and Rotary. We do so many wonderful things, really intentional programming that could be impactful, and a lot of it has come from the experts in our community. So
that's amazing.
It kind of unfolded organically that way.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then you guys just celebrated one of the biggest events. I mean, you do a lot of different events, but
we
this
have.
one, yeah, it's an arts festival.
Yes. So this was our eighth year offering the Artisan Fair, which started with an idea to fundraise for the library many years ago when we were trying to put on our new wing, which we just completed about a year or so ago, the Sidell wing. And we had a sewing group at the time. So they said, well, let's sew, let's make some cute things and see if we can raise some money for the library. And it was so successful that the following year, I thought, why don't we just open it up to all the artisans in the community, because there's so much talent here. And this year we had about 30 vendors that did all kinds of things, from crochet to candle making to homemade jellies and honey. And it's just the nicest event. We have a folk band that plays, and the feedback from the community is so heartwarming. They thank us for doing something that's.
And you got over 400 people stopping by. I mean, that's great for the vendors.
Yes.
That's amazing.
We did. This year was a record year. Yeah.
And how do people get more involved? I mean, if they want to donate, if they want to do some fundraising for you guys.
Yes. So we have a library board that spearheads a lot of this. But the first step is just to shoot us an email if there's something you'd like to offer, a program, something you're an expert in. Give us an idea so we could talk about it and see how it would fit. Right now we have an archivist, John McKay, and that's a new position for us. And he's been doing amazing things in partnership with the Historic Preservation Board. And if anybody has maybe materials that could add to the archives, or papers, pertaining to Miami Shores history that they'd like to donate, just, come see us. We're so open.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put all the information afterwards. How
Yeah.
can people get contact? And I know you guys are also on social media.
Yes.
I'm sure you have a website. We're going to put all that
Yes.
information
Yes.
as well. Any special program that you want to talk about that you guys are doing?
Yes. I would say that one of the greatest things we're doing right now is through our archives, and that is the Miami Shores Village Oral History Projects. And we are actively interviewing and recording the stories of our locals and people related to Miami Shores history. We've had family members of our earliest founders talk about their families and how they got started in the shores, and then just significant members of the community that have a story to tell about their experience living here. And so that's all being recorded and preserved in our archives, and we're hoping that it will also be digitally stored so people can access it from home, like some of the other archives we have. So I'm really proud of that.
We're so lucky. We have an amazing community, and that brings me back to a story. When I moved here about 20 years ago or so, my kids started going to the Presbyterian and St. Rose. I started seeing people that I knew before, right, from college or high school, that actually lived here when they were little, and they all got married. I mean, they went to college, got married, and they all wanted to come back. Right, and raise their families here.
We see that all the time, and it's like, we have from the oldest generations to the littlest ones. A couple months ago, we had a picture in the newsletter. Dr. Rosenblum, who was 100 years old, was at the library with his littlest grandson, who was not even a year old. So it was like incredible, like 0 to 100. So it's
I don't
cool.
I don't know how many communities or cities will have this, right? So it's very, very special. And you guys are doing an amazing job.
Thanks so much.
I'm so happy you're here. I know you wanted to thank somebody or talk about your patrons.
Well, as I said, some of the most incredible things that we do are partnerships in the community, and I was just going to read off some of the wonderful people that have been so great to the library. Bound by Beauty, the Historic Preservation Board, the Miami Theater Center, our Miami Shores Sustainability and Resiliency Committee, which we work with through our Public Works Department, the Rotary, the Women's Club, our Arts and Culture Commission, formerly the Fine Arts Board. We do lots of exhibits with them. FIU, we have a program called Senior Tech, where we have these young men, college age, that work with our seniors to help them on their cell phones and laptops.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's just,
technology.
It's really sweet. And we were actually the 2022 Citizens of the Year, voted by the Florida League of Cities, because of our work with the Historic Preservation Board and Patricia Baraducci and Jeffrey Sade and that wonderful group. That would be another great group to meet with. So just wanted to give a shout out to everyone that's done so much for the library, and looking forward to more to come.
Another question that we have, which is very relevant to these times: how do you find the younger generation actually engaged? Right? How do you engage them to go to the library? Because everything is on the phone or their iPads. So how do you guys do that? What kind of programs do you do? And just keep the library modernized, right?
Well, the number one thing that we do at Brockway is, first, when we're developing the collection, we make sure that we're getting the books and the materials that our patrons want. So we know our trends, we know our people. So we make sure that the collection is relevant to today's user, while also maintaining our existing collection, because we have one of the best collections, I think, in Dade County. We have a lot of our original books from the 40s that were donated by local organizations and George Brockway himself, which are really incredible. We're actually starting a rare books room where people can come and view some of these incredible books. And when we look at our usage for the library, what really floored me is I was thinking, oh my gosh, I hope, our numbers stay up in terms of readership. And when we look at the numbers, the physical print books are the number one resource that is used for the library. And we find that even the young kids want to come in and get a book. They want to feel it in their hands. We are all sort of overloaded with technology. We're overloaded with the daily ambush that comes to us through so many avenues, and people really come to the library to seek refuge from that. They want a quiet place. They want to kind of get away from all the noise. So even our youngest users are are coming in to do that. But at the same time, we make sure that people can go online, use some of our online resources so they can get access from home because everybody wants convenience.
Yes.
Um, as I said, the senior tech program, trying to connect the seniors with our youth and kind of bridge that divide between those two groups because some of our seniors are really struggling to kind of keep up with all the changing technology. And the
Don't go so far with the seniors. I have problems sometimes. I'm like, how do I do this?
Yes, of generations. But as I said, the programming that we're doing is so intentional. You know, we're not just trying to, you know, make sure we've got programs on the books. What are we offering? Who is it going to impact? So I think that has been really beneficial to the community that, you know, we get a lot of feedback saying, say we did a session on grief or estate planning or even a history. We have a new history program. So many people just wanted to come and talk about history. So that's what they're getting from the library. That's how we're kind of staying current because one of the greatest needs we see is that people need to connect.
Yes.
With the technology, people actually, even though it's easier to connect, people seem to feel more alone, we find. And they want to get together, they want to talk and just have a point of connection, and that's what the library's been.
Do you guys do any book clubs, or it's not?
We have several book clubs. We have one that is you know, bestsellers and literature. We have one for recipes. We have a recipe club that likes to travel and test out different restaurants.
Nice. That's amazing.
we have the history club. We had a garden club for a while. So yeah.
There's a lot of different opportunities that people can get involved in different levels,
yes,
right? So,
yes. And everything is online. All of our information is through the Miami Shores Village website, like all of our departments, msvfl.gov, and you just click on library and you'll see everything that's going on.
And we always ask these two questions to everybody that comes here. What's one of your favorite places in Miami Shores? Might be the library, but you know, it doesn't have to. It could be a tree, it could be a park, it could be a building, a restaurant. And who will you nominate to come and do this with me? Angie, who we had here in the program, was the one that nominated you, and she actually said that the library was her favorite place.
Aww,
so
that's nice.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes.
I would say one of my favorite places right now is the Field Workshop, which is sponsored by the Children's Trust. Lauren Molly is the person that's leading all of the wonderful programming there. My kids have made great use of the space, and adults and kids. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's all about like hands-on crafting.
And that's at the library?
No, it is actually just a block from here. I think it's on 97th or 98th.
Okay.
Next to Proper Sausages.
Okay.
And it's such a zen space to just go and do something with your hands. It could be you know, embroidery or painting or whatever you want. There's just so many options there, and we're getting a lot from that space. Great. As to who you should probably interview next, I would say the Historic Preservation Board would be a great.
That's Patricia.
Patricia
Yes.
and Jeffrey Sade,
Okay.
And they have a lot to share about the work they're doing in our community on preservation.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Nice.
This was great.
Thank
Very
you.
informative. I love it.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Of course.